Alright, what's up everybody? My name is SuperSonic71087. I am bringing you guys Animaniacs on the Sega Genesis. This is pretty much a strict platformer that uses like 3 characters in the run. So we're just going to make sure that we're on the easy difficulty since that's what we are running. So this is kind of like a Sonic Heroes-esque type of game. Oh, whoops, I didn't even mention to start the timer. I'll reset that. I was like already on the go. Anyways, we'll start the run.
So this is basically Sonic Classic Heroes.
In a sense, yes. Alright, we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is the introduction stage. We're just going to get out of the Warner Tower. And it's pretty much showing us what kind of abilities that each character has. So Yakko has the ability to push or pull objects. Wacko has the ability to use his mallet to light up things on fire or just break things. And then we got Dot, who pretty much seduces the male characters. So we're just going to blow a kiss to front there. And that's it for the introduction stage. So this game has 4 different studios, and they're all pretty much based on various movies that we may have seen in the past. So this is kind of like your Indiana Jones / Jurassic Park type of studio. So you're going to notice that I will be switching between characters quite a bit here in this run. So we're going to just go ahead and hold the jump button to get more height. We're going to switch over to Dot to seduce this guy over here. Make him into a platform. And then we got some stage props that we're going to be messing around with. So as you can pretty much notice, we are inside a studio. You can pretty much see from the guardrails on the bottom, as well as like the studio lights and such. Now this stage in particular, there are a lot of auto scrollers, so we will be just pretty much standing around for quite a bit in this stage, as well as like trying to dodge like whatever things are coming at us. So if you have anything to plug or if there's any donations, feel free to read those.
Yeah, sure. So in terms of upcoming bid wars, so we've already talked about nipple percent, $100 to get Mario into his boxer shorts, basically. However, before that, we have Sonic CD. There's still a bidding war going on for Japanese versus American soundtrack. At the moment, Japanese is behind by $35 to $48. So if you want to hear the Japanese soundtrack, and hints you do, then that's $13 away, or $13 to match it, so $14 basically. Alternatively, if you do prefer the American soundtrack, and there are some bangers in there as well, then please donate to the American soundtrack and keep that going. That will be at the start of Sonic CD, so immediately after Supersonic's Sonic 2 run.
Alright, I actually did miss going up the door there. I jumped a little bit late on the platform, but that's okay. So yeah, we actually have some more auto-scrollers here. This is actually the last part of the auto-scroller for this stage, thankfully. So, but anyways, as to mention for some of the event incentives that are coming up, the nipple percent from Mario Odyssey is actually pretty funny to watch, so that's definitely worth seeing. And then of course Sonic CD, both soundtracks are pretty cool, although I personally like the Japanese soundtrack a lot more, but that's just my opinion. It's pretty much up to the donations, like what kind of soundtrack we will get. So yeah, as you can kind of notice, I'm not grabbing a lot of stars. They do pretty much carry over in the next stage that we go to. And I will be playing the studios in order, so you could pretty much pick any studio you want. It's kind of like a Mega Man style, like pick your stage. But there aren't any like specific weaknesses for the boss fights because there's practically one boss that we face throughout most of the studios. I try to jump on this. There we go. To stand on the boulder while it's rotating, and we're just standing there because physics makes sense. Now we're just gonna head up here, and now we're gonna see another like Mega Man reference, the Yoku blocks. Although we won't be using these particularly. Also, the hitboxes on their snakes are very strange, so we can just pretty much avoid them in general. There's like invisible platforms there. Although you kind of have to like wait a little bit to see where the next platform is. Alright, so we will remain as Wacko for the remainder of the run. Or not remainder of the run, the remainder of the stage, rather. So we're just going to go ahead and break open this door by this second switch. And we're going to try to do a stun lock on this boss. So meet Ralph, the security guy, which we will be seeing quite a bit in this run. It does take 7 hits for this boss. And we got it in succession. So now we will collect our first artifact, which is the Indiana Jones hat, thus completing the stage. So the quest for this game is to retrieve all of the artifacts from the various movies. So the first one was obviously in the Indiana Jones area. And then the second stage, which will be coming up after this, there will be a password for each stage that we complete. So now we're heading into the Star Wars setting. So we're going to switch over to Wacko first to bring up this plane. We're not going to be using it, so we're just going to head straight down here. And then we're going to bust open this camera, then switch over to Yakko to move these boxes. Then we're going to switch over to Dot to seduce the god pigeon. Okay, this platform goes up really slow, and then there is like lasers shooting up above very randomly, so I will get hit sometimes. There is a way to like avoid all this. It's just pretty much moving left and right. I'll let that go. Then we're gonna open this door here. Squeeze right through. The game intends you to put the box inside that switch, but we don't need that. We just jump right on top of it. And then we don't need to move this box. We can just cut through here to skip the left side of the screen. Alright, the next stage, just the floor is going to be blowing up, but we're going to stand on it. Just kind of continue through. So we're just going to use Yakko to move this box. You can also use Wacko to break open those blocks, but it's not really necessary. So we have a bit of a quote-unquote mini-boss here. You can pretty much break open those treasure chests to get like health or stars or time, but it's not really worth it because there are actually like more health items that we can get before the boss fight. So with Yakko, we can use his paddle ball to stun Ralph just for a few seconds, and then once the screen faces the blue here, it's going to be a meteor just crashing into Ralph, thus ending that section. Pretty monotonous section in my opinion, but that's pretty much how the game goes. Alright, now this part of the stage, we're just going to pretty much position the blocks so we can just take the top route here. If we go the bottom route, we would have to go through a lot of moving and pushing, and it wastes a lot of time. So that actually saves a lot of time just by going the top route. So we're going to switch back to Yakko here. So we're going to be doing a bit of a zigzag route here, while just stunning Ralph, because he tends to be chasing us quite a bit. So he won't be an issue here. So you can also do like button buffering. So if I hold the A button with Yakko, it'll pretty much latch him on to the box by pulling it backward. So if we get stuck underneath there, we will get crushed. So we don't want that to happen. Okay, there's like a secret wall here, so we can grab this box. And then this door that's going to be opening on the bottom, it does take a bit to open, so I'm just going to let it slowly pull open here. You could actually like open it up by just a tad and then just kind of squeeze through, but I'm just going to let it open all the way just so I can go through here. Alright, now this platform section, shoutouts to Chemical Plant Zone, which you will be seeing in the next run, so in Sonic 2. So I feel like...
Yeah, where are we seeing it?
Oh, whoops.
Spoilers.
Kind of missed that jump there. That's okay. Alright, we don't need to push that block. We just keep on going. Switch over to Wacko. Okay, we're going to bring that platform down. Okay, this part up here is kind of laggy. So we're just going to go ahead and shoot across here. It's like probably like the biggest amount of lag in this stage. Okay, so there's like 2 ice creams coming up that we can grab for health. We just need 1 currently. And then after this screen will be the boss fight, which is a pretty annoying boss section. It's because they have like platforms that flip over if you stand on it for too long. Alright, here we go. There's also like some timing here as well. Okay, we actually got that pretty good. So I feel like this has an homage to Donkey Kong Jr. or Donkey Kong, I think it's, yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. There's a stage in that game where there's like these electric sparks and then these these neutrons, protons, and all those shenanigans. So thankfully they don't actually hit us while we're standing right underneath them, so. Took damage here, but it's no big deal. All we gotta do is just reach the top, then Ralph is just gonna be using Earthquake with his own body. Just gotta stun him once and then get our next artifact. So that's 2 down, 2 more to go. That helmet, like, I don't think it really resembles, well, maybe it does. It kind of resembles Darth Vader a little bit, just not the horns. Doesn't really make sense. But it's a Warner Brothers cartoon. A lot of things don't make sense.
I mean, they called it Space Wars.
Yeah.
But then they wrote Space Truckin', which is a Deep Purple song.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're in Remember the Allah mode. So I guess it's a reference to Remember the Alamo. Although I've never seen the movie before, or maybe I have, I just don't remember it because it's like a long time ago. So now we got these rabid horses here. Just gotta jump on top of them, not get trampled over. We're just gonna go ahead and stun Ralph and just go right past him. Now we do see Mindy and Buttons, but we're not gonna be doing anything with them. I don't even know if there's a 100% category for this game, to be honest. But if there is, we would probably be saving Mindy and Buttons quite a bit. Alright, for this next section, we're going to be changing to Wacko to bring this dynamite switch right here. Bring this, the bridge down. Okay, now just going to head him into the tavern. Just do 1 jump just to make sure we don't get hit by that light switch. Now we see Flavio and Morticia, the 2 hippos. They're just pretty much causing a ruckus.
Hippos.
Yeah, they're humongous hippos. So now we see like barrels just coming right at us. We're going to be taking this top route here. We're going to see Mindy and Buttons yet again, just kind of balancing on these barrels, but we're just going to let them sail through. Don't worry, they're not going to be hurt. Especially Mindy, because we all know she's a kid.
I mean, Buttons probably will be hurt.
Yeah, Buttons will be, but not Mindy.
That's usually his job.
Yeah, so in this section, normally the game intends us to push the blocks around, but we're just going to take a damage boost on the flames. It does take like 2 damage there. But on this section, we're just going to jump over these. Now we're going to be revisiting the Yoku blocks in this stage. Hopefully I'm on a good cycle to jump on it. Yep, we are. Oh, except for that one. I kind of jumped early there. That's okay. We'll just kind of wait patiently for these Yoku blocks to come through. And then this last one should appear here. What I'm going to do, I will take a strategic death to get an extra life and then die at the same time. So just grab this here. So essentially we're not really losing a life, we're just gaining our health back. Okay, so now it's Yakko. We're gonna wake up Mindy with our paddle ball, then switch over to Dot to get the God Pigeon. Switch to Wacko. There's like a lot of switching elements in this game. So just trying to understand like which character to be in which situation can be a bit of a mix-up here. Now this section, in my opinion, is the most annoying boss section in the run. So this is based on pure RNG. I haven't really figured out a manipulation for this part yet, but we're gonna do our best for it. So as we see, Ralph is in the background just tossing pies at us, so we gotta toss pies at him as well. But the only issue is, with this launcher that we're using, whenever we hit it, it goes in different directions. So I'm pretty much hoping for the best that I'll just get these pies to land on him. And we have to hit him 5 times for this section. And he moves in very like different speeds, and he's a big dude too, so somehow he can move faster than the launcher itself. But that one should have hit him. So you can pretty much see how annoying this boss can be without any manipulations of sorts. Alright, that's 2. We need 3 more. So yeah, if you got any donations or anything like that, feel free to read them.
Yes, Kirsten Chu, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate it. Yes, you can support the channel with other means other than donations. You can also support ESA through subs. So whether it's through directly subscribing to the channel, or using your Twitch Prime sub if you have Amazon Prime, or even by gifting subs, which you can do in like individually or through blocks of 5, 10, even anything actually up to 100. We're actually we're 4 subs away, or 5 subs away from the magical 550 out of our 800 goals. So yeah, snipe the next big milestone if you fancy it.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so this is the second part of the boss fight. So he's pretty much going to be chasing us on one of those trains. But this lid on top of the train here, it's very random, so it can open whenever it wants to. So even if we try to have like the perfect timing, it could just shut off on us like right away. So we're gonna try to bait Ralph into going forward here. Hopefully he can jump and then this train will move just like this. So it'll just trample him. Now we just want the train to be stuck at the right side, but we need to do it one more time. So let's see, we're gonna try to lure him closer. I'll take some damage boost if I need to. Okay, this should be towards the end of this. Yep, just gotta get the train to the right. Come on. Yeah, see? I ended up dying. Yeah, that's how annoying this boss fight can be. And it's a pretty big run killer as well. Like if you're on doing PB attempts.
You got to imagine that between this boss and the last one, I think someone mentioned it in chat, but Taskbot would probably have a field day here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would love to see a task run of this. I don't think I've ever seen a task run before. And if there's any glitches in this game, definitely feel free. This is mostly a glitchless run, like there aren't any glitches involved. It's just mostly RNG, just for a couple of boss fights. But everything else is just strict platforming and just like the use of your teammates. There we go. That's what I wanted him to do.
I feel like if there is any like major glitches to be found, if there are any major glitches, then it'll be something around the character switching mechanics. That's always a good one for glitching.
Okay, now the train is stuck.
Anyway.
Alright, so now he's gonna just run towards us, then he will just trip and fall, as you will see here. And we grab the next artifact. So that's 3 so far. A bit of a hiccup there on the boss fight. Yeah.
Why can't you play as Ralph? That's what the Taskbot would play as Ralph.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so far we got 3 out of 4. Next stage coming up is the scary stage, so pretty much reminiscent to like the Scream movies, the Jason movies, so on and so forth. So we're just gonna seduce the Grim Reaper, because that's what we can do with Dot. Otherwise he's pretty much there to just damage you and not let you through by any means. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab these gravestones. This part's a little monotonous, but I haven't really found a good way to get past this without having to break the block again, but that's okay. So we will remain as Yakko for this remainder of the section here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a button buffer to grab this block. Don't necessarily need to go inside that door, it's just a star in there, it's really useless. But we do need to open this door. And then we're gonna switch over to Dot, heading into this haunted house. And then we see these books just laughing at us. Oh! So I got hit by that book, and it just sent me straight through the pit there. I'm gonna let him. Okay, there we go. That was a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Still have plenty of lives. 0 does count as a life as well, so we technically have 4. So now we have Dracula here. We're just gonna kiss him. Normally he would just shoot fireballs, just going back and forth, but we didn't even let him do that. So, oops, took some extra damage there, but that's okay.
I like that the reflections in the back sort of foreshadow that fight.
Yeah.
Right before you went into, that's cool.
All right, so there's a bit of a mini section here with Pinky and the Brain. Pretty much they have this contraption using a French horn and a balloon to try to suck us in. But instead, they're just grabbing these vases and plates And they're gonna blow up pretty shortly here. Really not much to do in this part, just kind of avoid getting towards that that French horn. Should blow up any moment here. There we go. Then with Wacko, just gonna break these open. Switch over to Yakko, grab this.
Are we taking over the world tonight?
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna pretty much set these blocks down just to open this first door here. And then in the next go around, we will move the blocks to their proper section, so that way the second door can open. Alright, so first we're gonna do the triangle. Then we're gonna do the circle and then the square. So yeah, some puzzle elements as well in this game. Okay, now we're gonna use this block to make a platform to go up. Just push this once and then we can just head down here. So now we're in the sewers. And as you can see with that skull in the sign, we can't go in the water at all, otherwise that'll kill us. It's an instant death. So we don't want to go in the water at all. There is a quicker strat to just by jumping on that that switch there, but it has to be frame perfect, so we just use the block for safety just to keep it steady. So we're gonna let the water drain, then head down here. Free extra life as well. So it's pretty much the game saying you made it this far, we'll just give you an extra life just to see if you can survive the rest of the game.
Yeah. Also known as warning, bullshit deaths ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so now we're going to switch over to Wacko here. There is a boss manipulation to get a quick kill. So this guy is still Dracula again. He's going to appear on the top. And what he does, he will appear the opposite side of wherever we are. And then the switches will pretty much indicate which like floor trap they're going to be releasing. So just by doing it this way 7 times, it'll pretty much keep him in a stun lock. And then it'll just pretty much finish off the boss really quickly. So he's got one more hit here. And he shot one fireball, but we didn't let him shoot a fireball throughout the entire fight, so now we got the 4th artifact. So this pretty much completes the 4 stages, but we still have another really difficult stage to go, in which we will see it has another artifact that we can grab that wasn't shown like throughout anything else. So this is called the Edgars, but they call it Oscar in the title. So this is pretty much like your award show, like the Oscars, the Emmys, so on and so forth.
I like the Edgars.
Yeah. It's pretty much Dr. Scratch and Sniff as the Edgar. So yeah, what we're gonna do here on this platform, I'm gonna buffer the jump button to send us up higher, otherwise we won't make that jump. And then in this section, we are going to take 2 intentional hits, just so we can just keep going up the elevator. Okay, then we head over in here, and we just got to make sure to send Pinky and the Brain up on that that transformer up there, just so they can open up this section on top. So they're just going to be dancing around a little bit, just kind of wasting our time.
Is this a more RNG thing, or does it always take this?
It's always like that. Yeah. And I just pretty much time the hit on the elevator just so I can go up and without worrying about getting hit by the electric shocks. Sometimes you can still get hit by that and I would end up dying, but thankfully I timed it okay. So now we just gotta do a little more moving here. Just kind of move that out of the way so we can go through. Okay, now this screen is very difficult because we got the 2 hippos again. They're going to be dancing, causing a ruckus in the apartment section. And then there's like these tiny boulders and little stones just kind of falling around. Just got to make sure we don't hit those, otherwise the knockback is just really terrible in the air. Okay, we're just going to wait for this. Okay, there's another section coming. There we go. Okay, we made it through just fine. Normally I would die there like maybe 4 or 5 times.
I like how Slappy's getting in on the dropping random crap action as well.
Yes. These things kind of reminds me of Sonic 1 with the...
Oh yeah, scrap free.
Yep, the swinging sections. Alright, then this next screen coming up, it is pretty much an instant death screen if we get stuck on it. Because there's going to be stuff blowing up behind us and we just got to get away from it. So it'll start with this right here. So we just got to make sure not to get destroyed. Okay, just got to be careful with this section here. This section is really tough. Switch to Wacko, open these doors. There we go, made it through. Switch to Yakko. And this is another section that's pretty deadly. The helicopter in the background, they'll just shoot at the window and then these glass shards deal double damage. So if we get hit by that, we will die. So we gotta be careful not to get hit by those. Ooh, okay, that's close. Just gotta hit that switch up there.
This video game based on a small children's cartoon suddenly got very serious.
Yeah. Alright, now we're in the fire section. We're just gonna be dodging most of these. We will actually just fall into the pit and die. Yeah, that's totally what we planned. You know, that was not planned at all. But what I meant to say.
No, you just have to reset your health.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there.
Yeah, there's an expert health manipulation there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done.
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and. This is the only reason why we don't want to douse out the flames early on, is because it does create a lot of lag. But just for this section, we do need that that box to get up to the top section. But for the remainder of this stage, as long as we get good RNG, we can get through it. That was okay. We're fine. Now just grab this. It just pretty much goes on its own, and grab the Edgar. So we collected all 5 artifacts. However, there's one more thing we gotta do in this run.
Ooh.
Now this cutscene is actually unskippable. It is roughly 2 minutes long. But
what are we gonna do tonight, Braid? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. How are we gonna do that, Braid?
Oh man, that's exactly what they're talking about.
Thing that all people, regardless of age, nationality, and political orientation, love. I know, right? Processed cheese food? Oh, you dimwit. The movies! We will control people's minds by cleverly manipulating the movie icons that they worship. What does that mean, Brain? We will steal the Warner Brothers collection of movie memorabilia and use it to brainwash the people.
God, I love that. That is great.
I love thinking the brain. That's one of my favorite. We're not rats, we're laboratory mice.
Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, actually a fun fact about this cutscene, if you manage to beat the game one time through and play it again, you can actually skip the cutscene, but in the actual run itself, we just do it right from the beginning, so we pretty much gotta sit through this 2-minute cutscene.
Oh, fair enough. In which case, we've got time for a quick donation.
Go for it.
Alright. Entire Finland, which is a lot of people, have donated $30. And the comment reads, Jag talar inte bra svenska. Which I believe means I don't speak very good Swedish. In Swedish. And the entirety of Finland, you're right, I don't speak very good Swedish either. So I'm very sorry to any Swedes if I butchered the pronunciation of that. What's happened is that they put $15 of that towards nipple percent, and they also put $15 towards Dive Kick Down Tough Difficulties DK Bongos controller. So, loving their challenges.
Yeah, there we go. Let's get some more donations in there. Alright, so this is the final boss fight. It's really stupid. So pretty much we do have to go in order of the characters. So what Pinky's going to be doing is like he'll get infatuated with Dot, and he will be tossing these bombs, but a lot of the times he will not fuse them. So we use Yakko to push it towards the boss and then Wacko to blow it up. So we're going to be repeating this process until the second half begins. It could be a pretty difficult boss fight if you're playing in the harder difficulties as well because of more health. But this one shouldn't be too bad here.
Actually, a cool mechanic using all three of them.
Yeah. Alright, so we're heading into phase 2. Just gonna go ahead and damage boost towards the other side. Just do the same exact thing. And sometimes the legs can also damage the boss too. Just by kicking at it. Now he's in a really bad spot here. Oh, I guess that works. Alright, just gotta watch out here. Oh, this bomb got stuck in my head for a little bit. Alright. That is it for the boss fight. Now the legs are just gonna damage him. And then time will be coming up once I grab the last artifact. I'll let you know. And here we go. And time. Alright. What do we get on the time there?
Nice work. Just gotta wait for the streams to catch up. Let's see, 26.
26 flat?
30-26.
Oh, 30-26. I was like, oh man, that would have been so good. But just a little close to sub 30, but that's fine. I'm actually pretty happy about that.
An underestimate variant standing run.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
Thanks.
It's a good, yes, like half. I think someone mentioned before, it's halfway between Lost Vikings and Sonic Heroes.
Exactly. That's exactly how this game is. But anyways,
I know how to draw.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Animaniacs, everyone. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just reading this. Okay. We have to plan for tomorrow night. Why, Brain? What are we going to do tomorrow night? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Oh man, that's like the iconic ending for every like Pinky and the Brain segment. Like it'll just pretty much pan to them and just say that, oh, what are we gonna do tomorrow night, Brian? And then they'll just say like, oh, just try to take over the world.
I just love the various Pinky. Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Yes.
I think so, Brain. But it's a miracle that this leg grew back last time. Or I think so, Brain. But why would we want to Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, but anyways, that is Animaniacs.
Yeah. Wheel of Morality, turn, tell us the lessons that we shall learn.
Oh yeah, the Wheel of Morality.
Right, I'm just gonna binge Animaniacs once I'm done with my shift. Actually, no, I won't. After my shift, I'll be watching Sonic CD. But after that, I'll be binging Animaniacs.
All right, that's awesome.
Anyway, sorry, I interrupted. Any more shout-outs you want to give before we go to intermission?
No, just like thanks for watching the run. I hope you all enjoyed it. This is pretty much the end of Animaniacs, and if you guys want to definitely join in on this game, feel free to ask me about it. There's a couple other runners out there. There aren't that many actually, just maybe 4 or 5. It's not really a well-known game, but yeah, if you're definitely interested, just feel free to reach out to me and definitely help you out. But with that, that'll do it for Animaniacs. We got Sonic 2 coming up, so you're gonna be hearing a lot of like loud 6-button controller action, so with the spin dashing. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stick around.